Welcome to had6 channel. In this video, we will look into amenable. 16 adjectives with similar meanings will be reviewed in example sentences. Let's get started. Number 1. Manageable, which means able to be controlled or dealt with without difficulty. Manageable. For example, a manageable tool. Number 2. Responsive, which means reacting quickly and positively. Responsive. For example, a flexible service that is responsive to changing social patterns. Number 3. Flexible, which means of a person ready and able to change so as to adapt to different circumstances. Flexible. For example, you can save money if you're flexible about where your room is located. Number 4. Submissive, which means ready to conform to the authority or will of others. Submissive. For example, Mary was far from being a timidly submissive woman. Number 5. Compliant, which means disposed to agree with others or obey rules, especially to an excessive degree. Compliant. For example, a compliant labor force. Number 6. Complacent, which means willing to please others or to accept what they do or say without protest. Complacent. For example, he made drunken moves on complacent chambermaids. Number 7. Persuadable, which means easily persuaded. Persuadable. For example, they need to identify the most persuadable voters. Number 8. Biddable, which means meekly ready to accept and follow instructions. Biddable. For example, a biddable, sweet-natured child. Number 9. Docile, which means ready to accept control or instruction. Docile. For example, a cheap and docile workforce. Number 10. Pliant, which means easily influenced or directed. Pliant. For example, the Tsar had replaced him with a more pliant successor. Number 11. Malleable, which means easily influenced. Malleable. For example, they are as malleable and easily led as sheep. Number 12. Tame. Which means of a person willing to cooperate. Tame. For example, every businessman needs a tame lawyer at his elbow. Number 13. Obedient. Which means complying or willing to comply with an order or request. Obedient. For example, Lucinda had always been very obedient. Number 14. Tractable. Which means of a person easy to control or influence. Tractable. For example, she has always been tractable and obedient, even as a child. Number 15. Acquiescent. Which means ready to accept something without protest, or to do what someone else wants. Acquiescent. For example, the masses are generally apolitical and acquiescent. Number 16. Accommodating. Which means willing to fit in with someone's wishes or needs. Accommodating. For example, we always found our local branch most accommodating. Can you think of other examples? Please share them in the comment section below. Furthermore, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.